Let's go.
Someone was in a hotel room and then the front desk person just ran into the room and was like, hi, and took a porn video out of the DVD player.
Okay. Because that was
Adult
left
movie.
there. Yeah, that was left there.
Yeah.
Welcome to listen to...
But how did they know that? So it was probably front desk people that were watching the movie.
Front desk people watching porn. That's what we are
At
talking
work.
about today. At work. Welcome to listen to Front Desk Drivers. This is our maybe 13th, 12th episode.
13. It's wild.
Unlucky number 13. That's why we are going to be very negative today.
That's right.
Um,
No laughing today.
no laughing today.
So we are going to talk about some bad hotels, or in our experience when we have been hotel guests, but then also when we have been searching for bad reviews on TripAdvisor.
Yeah, we have some bad TripAdvisor reviews and experience that we will discuss about. Just starting off, getting this over with, we have no sponsors and we have no topics or stories or nothing related to our current employment situation. Hit the
Great.
jingle. Ouch. Let me get more comfortable. All right. So,
Already spreading.
let's make this episode very short. I know that we have lately said that we are gonna keep this short, but
Every
now
time.
this will be short.
Yes.
Or if it's not, then I will make it short afterwards. So let's start with you telling us what do you have from negative side of experiences.
Myself.
Yeah, but I believe you haven't, like, if we are kind of going to mix up these, have you ever actually, let's start with this question. Have you ever written a bad TripAdvisor, like the worst TripAdvisor review for a hotel?
No. I think I have only written like very, very good reviews. And actually, when I was searching for the facts, it said that people only write reviews if they are very, very surprisingly happy, or if they are very, very like if it was a very, very bad experience.
Yeah.
So if it's just like a okay experience, then people won't write any reviews.
Okay, yeah,
But
well,
I have,
that's,
and I
you
have
can see that.
actually just one very bad review, but I was 5 years old, so I didn't have TripAdvisor then.
So you were again in some kind of a very nice holiday with your parents, and they didn't have a children's playground.
Yeah, and I was
where
so
where you
mad.
could have tea party with your imaginary friends.
No, it was a bit more wild. I can tell you right now if you
Tell
want.
me right now.
Okay.
Let's start with it.
Yes, so we were, our whole family, we were 7 persons. We traveled to USA, and we first stayed in Orlando, but then we drove to Miami for 2 nights before we went on a cruise. And this Miami hotel was some kind of deal with the airline, so we got like the like plane tickets and the hotel in some kind of package deal. So we didn't choose this hotel.
Okay. This was already quite some years ago.
Yeah,
20 years ago or something like this.
Yeah.
Well, closer to that. So I believe the booking hotels and everything was a little different, than the package deals might have been more popular. Even
Indeed,
probably like especially to United States, I guess people were using travel agencies. So
Yeah. I have
That
no
was the
idea how
normal.
we booked this trip. I don't know. I just.
So you don't
yay,
know
sound.
exactly how you ended up into that hotel and what kind of brochure was
Yeah,
showed.
no, no. I was just interviewing my mom and dad yesterday to get this information because I just remember that it was a bad experience, but I don't really remember why.
Okay, but your parents remember it crystal clear.
Yes, very clearly.
Okay.
And so we drew ourselves from Orlando to Miami, and we arrived to Miami pretty late during the night. Which means that we were very tired, and when we saw like, okay, the hotel is not good, we didn't have the energy to search for a new a new hotel. So we were like, okay, 2 nights can't be that bad.
Yep.
So we went to the hotel, and it was in the Art Deco Miami like part. close to the Miami beach.
Okay, I have no idea, and I don't know anything about Miami.
Yeah,
so
I don't remember.
doesn't matter
anything.
what you said to
Yeah.
me, but some of our listeners are like, yeah, it's not even close.
Yeah, might be. And then it was very, very like everything was very old. Everything was very dirty. It stank. It was just the whole hotel was like garbage.
Wow.
And it was a pretty small hotel, maybe 3-4 floors, and it was not good. Like everything was like you don't even want to touch it, and it was
From a crime scene, huh?
yeah, kind of.
I've been to those places. I mean, yeah,
Crime
but
scenes.
go on.
And
That came out wrong.
yeah, and then especially for my parents when we were like the whole family, I was just 5 years old, and then also my brothers were pretty young back then. You saw some girls in the lobby who were waiting for their
Daddies.
yeah. You said it. And some of the girls had like handcuffs like around their wrists, like ready to go and everything. And mom and dad was like, uh-oh, what have you
Yeah, your
doing?
mom and dad were wondering out loud like, okay, 5-year-old, so like, if you misbehave, that's what happens to you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it was just a weird atmosphere as well there. And it was, yeah, but we were like, okay, 2 nights can be like you can manage.
You can manage. 2
Yeah,
nights
and then
in a brothel.
yeah. Then our toilet was plugged, and they
Probably someone flushed the cocaine when they raided the house. Like,
some Finnish people coming
Yeah.
over. Yeah, and they tried to fix it. They didn't manage to fix it, so we still had like 3 rooms, so we needed to use like each other's bathrooms and stuff. I understand toilet issues.
yeah,
No worries.
That's normal.
Yeah. And then the other day we just went out to the city, and we started to...
You were robbed while you were out.
No, actually.
It's a guessing game.
I think we have never been robbed, actually.
Okay.
Easy life. Anyway,
Easy living.
yeah. So then it started like raining, like pouring down. It was crazy rainy weather, and we were like, oh no, now we have to go back to the hotel. Like we don't want to spend time in the hotel,
Yeah.
but we were like, okay, well, we have to. When we arrived back to the hotel,
There was a girl handcuffed in your room.
yeah, in the bed. Yeah, no, unfortunately not. But yeah, so
Unfortunately not.
no. No, but I mean that now what I'm going to tell, it's not as crazy
okay.
as yeah.
All right.
Anyway, well, the water came through the windows.
Okay.
So it was just like water in the room, and it was like everything was just broken. Everything. It stank, dirty, old. They didn't even have breakfast. Nothing you could like get if you wanted snacks or anything. Nothing.
Yeah.
It was just like an old house. And I wish I would have more memories about this, because
Yeah,
I
me
think
too.
it would be
Trust me.
more feelings
Trust me, me
involved. But anyway, my mom and dad got traumatized to contact with the airline, and they were like, oh my god, so sorry for this, and we got all the money back.
Wow. That's good.
Woo!
So,
happy days,
Happy
ding,
ending.
ding, ding.
Like probably that
Yeah.
was a slogan of that hotel as well.
Indeed.
Anything else bad?
Not really. I just remember one hotel where I saw dust everywhere.
Yeah, the
And
dust
that's
is
not-
bad.
yeah.
I also have a bad habit to kind of wipe my finger like on top of the paintings.
You do that?
Yeah, just like I don't even think of it. I'm just like kind of like, all right, so I'm coming into this home room and I'm like, like let's just kind of like just
Oh,
to see
interesting.
how well it's been cleaned. If there's dust, there's dust. I've never complained about that.
Yeah,
I even
no.
told that about the toenail that was in my bed, and I was like just like flicking it off. But just out of curiosity, because I've been working in a hotel where, for example, the dusting wasn't wasn't done in checkout clean, but it was done in stayover clean instead.
Ah,
So
interesting.
if people were changing like every day, for example, then the dusts on top of the paintings and TV and stuff like that. And TV, obviously, everybody who has a black TV at home knows
understand, yeah.
how fast the dust is
like one
visible
day.
over there. Yeah, and especially if you just run your finger through, then it's even more visible, because otherwise it's just like this grayish layer. So
It's better than the
yeah,
stripes.
so it might be dusty.
Yeah, but then I think it's very disgusting if you go to a shower. This is also like if you go swimming somewhere and you go to a shower there. I think it's disgusting when you're walking barefoot and you kind of feel like it's not as clean as it should be. I think that's the most disgusting thing, when you're barefoot and then I'm like tiptoeing around and
Yeah, but I have so rough feet already, so I don't feel anything. It's like, no, but I know what you mean. Also, if they're, well, I don't have that problem to have hair dropping down to the shower when I shower now, but there have been hotels I've been staying that I can see that there's in the shower there's still hair down
That's
there
disgusting.
in the not sewer, but in the drain.
Yeah.
Maybe. Okay, but anyway, so that's kind of disgusting, but but then again,
it's always more disgusting when it's from somebody else. If it's your own, then it's fine.
Yeah, right. Or or your partners, that's fine as well.
Yeah.
But well, I have to give them a break. Some housekeepers don't have time to clean, really, like even if they probably would want to.
Exactly. Yeah. True. Did you have any crazy bad experience?
I don't have crazy bad experience.
Okay.
I believe, well, not that I would have been traveling like crazy amount and spent crazy amount of nights in hotels, but I've been traveling and I've been staying in hotels. However, I think that I like to do my research of the hotel that well that I won't get disappointed, or then I don't get, like, I know what I get.
Do you check TripAdvisor?
I do check TripAdvisor.
Me too.
And I usually also do check the hotel's own website. But that's then again related to the booking itself, like making the booking. But doesn't matter. I had one bad experience quite recently, a couple of years back. I was in the United States, in California, and the World Cup of football, FIFA World Cup was about to start, and a big thing for me as a sports fan. And
you were hyped.
And I was thinking that, hey, I want to see the games. I want to spend some money, maybe put some money on gambling on it, and that's why, that's one reason we went with my girlfriend. We traveled with the car, just a few hours drive. We went on Lake Tahoe, so that's in the border of California and Nevada, and on Nevada the gambling was legal, so there was nothing wrong then to go there to watch a game, put some money on the game, and be hyped, be happy, and be not working, take it off. All right. Well, then there's time difference. So since the World Cup was played, like the starting game was played in Russia. It was I don't remember what time it was in Russia then, but it went like so that the opening, it's like the opening event and the first game, which was or maybe if I remember right, it was maybe 14th or 15th of June, because 16th is my birthday, so that was kind of cool. I had some days off, so of June 2018, and it was Russia playing against Saudi Arabia, so not a great football match, like really necessarily.
I have no idea.
But it was the first game of World Cup.
Yeah.
So what I'm about to say is that the time difference was big enough that the game started in morningish or daytime in Russia, which meant that it started like 5 a.m. in our time there, and I was hyped. We were staying this casino hotel, which has like 100 screens in the lobby.
Oh, yeah.
And there's like the desk where you can go to the person working there, and you can say like, hey, there's 20, 100, how much money, let's put it on this team, and then watch the game. There's a bar you can order. Well, clearly it's 5 a.m. and not necessarily I was thinking that, okay, I'm going there and ordering stuff from the bar, but I was hyped that, hey, I will wake up, I will go and watch the game.
Yeah.
So I woke up 4:30, maybe something like this in the morning.
Dedication.
Yeah, and I was just like happy, like sneaking out the room, letting my girlfriend to sleep, and going to the lobby. I was like singing on my way, and I was like hyped. And I went there, and I noticed that the whole lobby is like empty.
Mm-hmm.
All the TVs are on, but none of them are showing the game played, like starting in Russia.
Yeah.
There was no employees. The gambling desk was closed.
Oh.
I was there, and there was one guy who was like kind of looking lonely as me, and I was like asking him at 4:30 in the morning, like, are they not are they not showing the game? And he was like, I don't know, dude. And I was like,
and he was there also for the game.
Yeah, and then. Okay. Then he was like, well, I think I'll just, like, he was going to take look at it, like watch it in the room. And I was like, well, it would be kind of weird to go with this stranger dude to his room at that early in the morning.
True.
To watch the game. So I was like, yeah, I'll do the same. So I just went to the front desk. I got the coffee from there. They had like this coffee station. I got the coffee, and then I went back to the room and started looking it in the room. And well, now it was just a normal hotel room. So it was a bed and a big TV over there.
Yeah.
And let's just say that my girlfriend was not necessarily happy of me watching at 5 a.m. Russia play against Saudi Arabia over there. And then, of course, I had to just sit quiet and just look at the game. And it
having
was,
a glass of water.
Yeah, exactly. So that was my bad hotel experience, but that was just like,
so tough.
Understanding the big picture. If you have like that many screens, and you have some gambling options over there. There's World Cup of football, like well, of course that for them it's just World Cup of soccer, but anyways, like people they didn't care. They didn't care. That sucked.
Oh, that was your worst experience.
That was my worst hotel experience.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow. But yeah, you said you checked the TripAdvisor. I check it as well. And did you know that it's about 80% of people that check TripAdvisor before they make a booking?
80% of people?
80%, yeah.
Well, I did not necessarily know that.
They check about like 6 to 12 reviews before they make the decision, is this a good or bad hotel? And it's a good thing to check the newest reviews, of course. But then also it was interesting because I check also the TripAdvisor to just like check like, okay, is this some shady business, or is this a real hotel? Kind of, because there has been people that they have made a reservation. I read about a family of 7 people. They arrived from USA to Turkey. They made a reservation to a nice resort hotel, and they were hyped and woo. And then when they arrived, it was the worst experience of their life. It was not even a resort hotel. It was an old house, and it just smelled pee. And like everything was it was holes in the wall, and it was just like, it was garbage as well. So I think it's pretty nice to check like if there has been other people in this hotel. Of course,
but we have to understand that, I mean, did they have pictures on the review or so that it was really a horrible?
Yes.
Okay, because
when they made the booking to this hotel, it was like beautiful pictures of the hotel and the whole resort and everything.
Oh, okay.
And then it was just like it was shady business.
So it was just a marketing scam.
Yeah, indeed.
Okay, well, I was just about to say that people do arrive from different cultures and backgrounds and situations, like and from like some people are or have used to different kind of level of living, like wealth wise, and then some people are very humble and getting or have just worse life situations than others, and they obviously, those two people or parties that come to the same hotel, they experience the hotel very differently. So they are obviously, the reviews are opinions, really.
Yeah, it is. That's true. But did you know? Okay, this was in 2018. I don't know if TripAdvisor is used as much as it was used before, because I think now, for example, Instagram is. I use Instagram as well when I want to check the hotel out and so on. But in 2018, about 200 reviews were written per minute to TripAdvisor.
Okay,
200
so
per minute.
That's interesting. But I believe it was in 2018 also when I was sitting in a marketing lecture and I was listening to this very smart guy giving the lecture, and he was saying that he participated in some social media event in Portugal where TripAdvisor probably, well, I'm not sure if it was TripAdvisor CEO was giving a speech and was saying that they are, like, TripAdvisor is aiming to become a new social media platform, so that people would be more interacted in TripAdvisor, not just going there and leaving a review and getting out.
Might be. I don't know.
I have not followed what has happened, what kind of changes and updates have been going in TripAdvisor. I just know the most recent, like the coronavirus related updates that they have been mandatory to do. But I use TripAdvisor in a way a lot, that I do check things and I like to give good reviews. And I guess if we would go now to my TripAdvisor profile and you see your all reviews and you see your basically like your how many of which star reviews have you given. I think I've only given a couple of bad ones, but not for hotels. Some I don't even remember, but I remember a couple of times giving bad reviews, and then most of them just 5 stars. Just kind of like, if everything goes well, obviously I compliment them and try to help them out in that way.
Yeah, but how is it if you, for example, check booking.com and then you find a nice hotel and then you check their website, it looks nice. Then you check TripAdvisor and you don't find them.
Well, that's obviously worrying sign, especially if it's already like it's not brand new place. Then it's worrying me that, okay, why aren't these not on TripAdvisor, or are they, like, I would be checking the name, like there clearly must have been people staying in there, but if they just are not on TripAdvisor, then they are not on TripAdvisor. I probably wouldn't stay there though.
Yeah, me too. I think it's weird. Like it feels like, okay, is this shady business once again, or if But how do you think about the reviews that I've written? Do you think it's not nice if the hotel doesn't respond to the reviews, especially the bad ones?
Well, this now, there has to be then some person who answers them or replies to the reviews. If it is just like automatic reply, like, hey dear, thank you very much for your feedback, and so on, so on, so on, then it's kind of worthless to me.
Yeah, it doesn't give any value at all, actually.
If there are really, like, reviews, in my mind, are just people's like opinions. Some people are like being the professionals of accommodating. So, like, I know everything about hotels. I've been in so many hotels and never experienced this. Like, don't go to this, stay away. Like, these are actually some like very common things that I saw when I was looking into bad reviews, like, nightmare hotel, stay away, worst ever. There's ignorant stuff, comparing hotels to motels. They're saying that this is not even a hotel, like in quotation marks. Like, people are saying when they're mad, they are writing very angrily and saying like stuff and probably lying. So if not the stuff, most probably is not ignorant. They are just, there's must be like situation where stuff just cannot help you, and so on. And in that case, I wish that, well, then let's say there's a bad review like that, or a good review, doesn't matter, but that's public then on let's say my hotel hotel page, and I can only answer something like, hey, sorry that this happened, especially if the TripAdvisor, like the nickname is anonym, so it's an anonym person giving an anonym bad review or good review to my public hotel, and my answer will be public from me. And I'm like, okay, this doesn't go, so I wish we could rate the guest the same way, and with the guest's own name to be equal, you know.
So you think like Airbnb has this that you can rate the guest as well.
Yeah, exactly.
You mean
so
in that way?
That's fair game. It's not fair that someone books your hotel and then stays there and then just goes behind like undercover and just like shouts these things like which are not necessarily even true. If they are completely honest, then that's fine. But I've noticed on my experience that things don't usually go the same way as on TripAdvisor bad reviews shows like. And then to get back what you actually asked is that does the reply help at all? We had like this stupid habit of somehow replying like, hey, sad to see that you have had a bad stay. Just contact us and our manager is happy to solve this problem. And usually it was something free stuff that we give out, which then again, if it is like that, if it goes like that, you stay with us, there's something minor wrong, you have to just overreact and give a bad review in order to get free stuff. It's encouraging to get the free stuff.
Indeed.
And the review stays there. It's not like you're going and changing it to a positive review or deleting it or something. So I'll say no for reviews, just like and answers. There's no point on answering for stupid people shouting for nothing.
Okay,
you don't come back, that's fine, you don't come back.
It was in a study, it showed that 4 out of 5 people believe and checks that if the hotel responds to the reviews, then it seems like, okay, there's a nice service, they care about their customers, I want to go here.
Oh yeah? Okay, I'm not one of those persons.
Okay.
But I actually saw one very good answer from a hotel when I was searching for this.
Yeah. I think, I like that they respond, especially when I was checking like bad reviews, like the 1-star reviews, and they didn't have any response. I was like, please, just try. I think it's better that you respond and try to even show. But I don't like the way that when I check the bad reviews and the, for example, hotel manager answers, hey, sorry that your experience didn't meet your expectations, blah blah blah, and it was like a very basic answer. Then I was like, okay, lame, he didn't really care, he was just saying this because it looks nice to everyone else. But then you also can find very nice response that they really try to learn from this and blah blah blah, and then I'm like, yay, good job.
Now I actually remembered that I did have another bad experience, but it wasn't like so bad that I would be remembering it. But I was staying one night in San Francisco, and the room smelled a little off, and I mentioned it to the front desk like, hey, the room smells a little bad, but just for
yeah.
And I actually did end up leaving a review because they sent me an email after the stay that, hey, we would appreciate if you leave a review on TripAdvisor. I was like, well,
all right,
don't mind if I do. And I left like we were very average, like, okay, the bed was comfortable, the room was nice, the decoration was good, like I like the atmosphere over there. Well, the front desk was actually, it was a joke. The front desk itself was very small. It was like behind 2 pillars. It felt like they didn't meant to have front desk over there in the first place. So that was
just
joke.
a must.
And then I just wrote that there was a weird smell in the room coming from the bathroom, that something's off over there. And they answered to me over there that, hey, there's if there's anything we can do, let's talk about this. And the manager called me, and I was
Oh.
driving, and I was like, yeah, I don't care. Like,
Yeah.
there's no point of I'm not anyways coming back to San Francisco probably, and if I'm not, I don't want to stay in the same hotel. I want to probably try something else. So there's no point for you to use your time. I'm pretty sure you have other stuff to do than to call me or reply me on TripAdvisor, try to make yourself like kind of look better or whatnot. It doesn't matter. It's just my words and my experience. If the bathroom smelled a little weird, it smelled a little weird. There's nothing we can do afterwards. Like, and then again, like, I don't want to use my time for this.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have time to, like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's already water
It's
under
done.
the bridge.
Yeah.
Like, it's done. It's like so that's
I
just,
understand.
that's just my point of view on replying and apologizing for something that happened, really.
Yeah, I understand. But then there's the people that wants the reply and
Yeah,
you
well,
show that you care for your customer.
those are not my cup of tea.
You're not your cup of
Have
tea.
you
Right.
have you been experiencing as a front desk agent, because that's what we are talking about from our point of view? Have you been delivering a bad experience which you knows, or not delivering yourself, but experiencing, so being working and you know that okay, these people had a bad stay and they will probably write it somewhere or tell it someone?
Yeah. Yeah.
What was it? Do you want to tell?
I don't really remember. I remember that it was a family. It was a mom and dad and a son, and they had booked 2 rooms within a better room category, but they wanted a suite. But in the hotel I was working in, we didn't have any suites actually.
Okay.
We had just like these bigger rooms with like a small kitchenette and blah blah blah. But yeah, so they wanted something even more, and unfortunately we couldn't provide that. And this was also like a weekend when it felt like I was at work the whole weekend. So they were always talking to me, and then in the night they wanted something to eat, and our like room service it wasn't 24/7. It was you got your last meal like maybe at, I don't know, 10-11 o'clock or something. I don't remember, but anyway, so it was too late for them, and the son was very, let's say, I like kids, but I didn't like this kid.
Okay, so this kid was something else.
He was something else.
Spoiled and annoying.
Yeah, and he wanted this and this and this and blah 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 blah. And then I was like suggesting different kind of restaurants they can go to.
To the son?
To the parents, and
okay.
the son was next to them, and he was always like, no, no, no. And I was like,
what is that sound?
he was annoying son. Anyway, then they were like, oh, do you want a sandwich? Yes.
Oh.
And then they turned to me and was like, could you make some sandwiches for us?
Yes, because this is a Subway. Hey.
Yeah, and
like,
I was
move
like,
it up and there's a line behind you.
yeah, and I was like, everything for you guys. Went to the basement, took some breakfast stuff, made some sandwiches over there, and then...
What? You did it?
Yeah, I did it. And then they were like, okay, not that much. Okay, cheese like this. Could you put this in the toaster, but this toast not, and blah, blah, blah. And I was like,
Absolutely.
And
what kind of sauce would you want?
yeah.
Because we have none. This is not.
Yeah, it was, yeah. But after this, I did everything for them. After 1 or 2 nights, they changed to our sister hotel, which had a suite. So they were happy. I remember I called the sister hotel like, hey, do you have this suite available? I would have this family to come over, and they were like, yeah, and I was fixing everything for them. So they were super happy because I seriously did everything I could for them. But I knew like, okay,
This was a bad experience for
yeah.
them. All right.
But they wrote a ish bad review, but then they also, it was like a nice review in a way that it was just like they understand that it couldn't get better because they didn't have the suite and blah blah blah.
But didn't mention your name, huh?
They did.
They did. Okay.
Yeah.
Ish bad review, but
Yeah.
Amanda was nice. at the
Yeah,
front desk.
yeah. But that's the one that I remember, that when I said bye bye, blah blah blah, and they said that the highlight of their stay was me.
Oh, okay.
So then I was like, okay, it's fine. But
It's
yeah, so
fine.
I
It's fine. Yeah, it's fine.
yeah, I knew that they are leaving a bad review, but I was just like accepting it.
Okay. Well, that was quite a story. Sandwich making, and what else?
Yeah.
Little kid was like picking on you.
So annoying.
My experience when delivering a bad review or so was not necessarily my fault. Not that that's your story would have been your fault. You were trying to do it better. I had a situation where I had very hard times making it better. It was morning, and this couple had stayed with us 2 nights, and this was already the second night. Like after the second night, and it was about to be their checkout. And I'm at the front desk, and I know that these people are soon to be checking out. And the man comes to the front desk holding a glass from the bathroom. Yeah. Yeah. Obviously, I think that, okay, maybe the housekeeping left a dirty glass over there, and he's coming down that this is dirty. I'm like, all right, sorry. It happens. But no, there was a needle in the glass, like diabetic needle or something, like the small one. And he had it in the glass, and he said like, hey, I stepped on this in our room, because there's in the United States it's quite common to have like this whole floor carpets.
Yeah.
So it was kind of not too fluffy carpet, but so fluffy that that needle could stay there, and housekeeping somehow, maybe they didn't vacuum like properly. But this guy
maybe a needle is like difficult to, because it's not like very very thin.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's quite small needle, but it's anyways probably been in some, like, touching someone else's blood, the needle, and then this person stepped on it, so now it touched his blood, and he said that, hey, I want to find out whose needle this is. Like, I want the complete history of people staying in this room from 2 weeks before we came here. And I want their records, like exactly who they are and what kind of disease they have and everything. I'm like, first of all, I cannot give you that.
Yeah,
and second of all, how the fuck do I know what kind of disease they have and so on? Like, and he then started. He was like directly like, I want to speak with your manager. And I'm like, well, okay, well, it's quite early in the morning. There's no manager on site, but let me get here. Let me get one over here.
Yeah.
And I called our general manager, and I was like, okay, so we have a guest who stepped on the needle. Like, what? Stepped on what? I'm like, yeah, I don't know how that happened.
No.
Trying to figure out and finding out, like, okay, who cleaned the room and everything, like who takes the blame, really, like who honest mistake, like poor housekeeper who got a little shout after that. But yeah, that turned out to be either a very bad experience for them or very clever cheat to get their stay comped. I'm not saying that you should do tricks like this, but there's no proof that there was any needle that he stepped on. But then again, they had to go to the hospital and then take some tests, and we obviously comped their stay, so they got all their money back, and they got even a gift card for their next stay.
Welcome back.
Yeah,
Woo!
but yeah, that was that was mostly a cover up from our management, like, that please don't write on TripAdvisor that you stepped on a needle in our hotel room. That would look bad.
Yeah.
So they got that. And the same hotel, we actually had parking lot, quite tight parking lot. And in the United States, the cars are big. And if there's a tight parking lot, it easily happens like this family who were about, like, they checked out and they went to their car and they were like, about to drive to the next, like somewhere where they were going next. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But they were somehow in a hurry to leave, And then they came back to the front desk and were like, okay, sir, what did you forget? And forgot nothing. But there's 2 cars parked so close to our car
They can
that
get in.
we cannot get in. There's no way.
Oh no.
And I was like, okay, no problem. What's the register plates? Go in and take a look at the register plates. Well, turn out these people have not filled in the register plate on the
yeah.
check-in paper we give them to fill the information. Probably because they're like, rental cars. You don't know the register plate on the front desk, so you just leave it blank instead of walking back.
Yeah.
Even though on rental cars it's very often on the keychain, like on the keys. There is, but yeah, they were like, hey, that can you call this person who's like very reasonable request? If I could, and I said like I would if I would know. And I'm like, what do we do now? What do we do now? Open the trunk. I will go and in the car and I will back it out. So I'm rolling.
Did you do it?
I'm rolling my sleeves. I'm standing there like the trunk is open, and we're like figuring out like what button to press that the seats fold. Yeah. So I don't have to go like a cat from the box, like from the middle.
Small snake.
Yeah, exactly. So and I'm like ready to go when there's like like the lights go on in the next car, and the guest who has the next car next to it was just like oh sorry, did I park too close? Like they're
about
like
time.
I'm almost like halfway in the triangle. I'm like, yeah, did I park too close? Like Saved by the Bell, I didn't have to do that.
Indeed.
That's what happened, but and they didn't leave a bad review, but that was something that they probably would have if, and it wasn't our fault. It was
exactly, it's not the hotel's fault.
Yeah, exactly. So you cannot even sometimes you can't even though you do your best, you can't have it. People are mad for stuff, and shit happens.
Indeed.
Third story. These people were really, and they left a bad review. They were very mad because our hotel was located alongside of Highway 1, and Highway 1 there was a mudslide, so Highway 1 was closed for 1 year, so you couldn't drive from Los Angeles to our hotel with Highway 1, and I'm pretty sure there was like huge signs along the way. But they arrived at the hotel and they were very pissed that the hotel didn't tell that the road is closed.
I think, have you told this one in an earlier episode?
I believe I've told you just some lunch break.
Yeah, true. When we are talking about our nice experience.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, they left the bad review that the hotel didn't tell that the road is closed.
Yeah. Boo-hoo.
And their stay was ruined from the moment they stepped into the lobby to check in.
Yeah,
because they were just so mad.
Oh yeah.
They were crazy otherwise as well, but not talking about that.
But do you know that back to the facts that one bad review can be like then you lose 30 reservations, like 30 possible reservations. One bad review and one star increase. For example, if you have 4 stars on TripAdvisor and then you increase to 3 stars,
decrease.
Then
from 4 to 3, you lose 1 star or increase.
Or then also up.
Okay.
It's like 5 to 9% increase or decrease in revenue.
Okay, that's because
that's
nice.
Yeah, because according to another survey. Let's see here. 88 of the travelers that check reviews filter out hotels with an average star rating below 3. So 1 and 2 star hotels, goodbye. And 32% says goodbye to 1, 2, and 3 star hotels.
Wow.
So if you're decreasing with 1 star, there's a lot of potential customers that don't even find you.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true. That's interesting. So yeah, please, when you are staying in hotels, just leave good reviews if you like the hotel.
Indeed.
That's the thing. And I guess that goes the same way. If you don't like the hotel, then leave a bad review. That's maybe the bottom line, even though I don't care about the reviews. I mean, I do check. I'm a so controversial person. I said in the beginning that I do check the reviews. Yeah, I do check them, but I don't necessarily trust the people who leave them.
But you have to really like take it with a pinch of salt, like the whole thing. But when you were checking these reviews, what did you find like most like complaints about? I have like my top 3.
Well, I had the complaints. Let's say I don't have necessarily top 3. I just found out that people are upset because of the hotel is not how it looks like in the pictures, for example, or people are upset on the staff, that the staff wasn't helpful enough, or they were ignorant, or something like this.
Yeah, a lot about the service, and I found out like the most problems were at the check-in, when they had some problems with the reservations. The front desk maybe didn't even fund the reservation, and they didn't handle it very well, and the staff just got like mad at the customer.
Yeah.
So that was a big problem. And then also if it's very, very dirty, of course, I think most of us are pretty like, it's especially like beds and stuff. It's not nice to sleep in a dirty bed. And then also nice for you because you're opening this hotel where you wanted the very quiet rooms, because one of the biggest problems are also that people can't sleep because it's too noisy.
Yeah.
For example, from just the neighbor room, or the hotel has a party. I also read like the hotel had some parties and different kind of events, and the guests couldn't sleep.
Yeah.
And then just from the street. But then I don't know, the street thing is like, that's the most difficult thing to like
prevent.
Yeah.
Well, it is, and this is again like someone who is having their holiday, like let's say someone who's living somewhere very remotely and has adjusted themselves in years and years and sleeping in a complete quietness because they don't have neighbors, and they are somewhere very like in nature, and they take a holiday or they have to have a business trip to a city where are a lot of people, so you have neighbors inside, outside, you have everywhere, so you're just not used to it. So obviously that might disturb your sleep. Is it the fault of the hotel? I don't know. I just don't know. Some people who say like, yeah, but I always sleep with the window open, but now I can't because there's noise
then
from the
it's
street.
like, okay,
Then there's a little bit like, okay, why can't you just close the window?
Just for once.
So I don't know. There are so many situations when people just should look into the mirror and say that you are the fault.
Yeah, indeed. But talk about sleeping. I have a few like reviews about like check-in problems.
All right.
I just want to tell you this one because I was searching for like very stupid reviews, like for example, oh, the beach was too sandy. You can find these reviews as well. But actually, I found most of these like that I really think it's the hotel's fault and not the customers. But anyway, this is a person who has written a review, blah, 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 blah. But I just want to read this sentence. Upon check-in, there was nobody at the desk and nobody responded to the bell. I walked downstairs to investigate where there appeared to be 3 workers sleeping on the kitchen floor and were in no rush to assist me.
Turned out they were dead. They were killed. The place was robbed. So this person's just like, oh, you're sleeping. I'm going away. I'm writing this bad review.
Yeah, but like
what the hell?
I know some persons that have told that in the 90s or something, the nights were very, very quiet, so they might take a nap during the night when.
Yeah, I've heard that, but 3 people sleeping on a kitchen floor is kind of something like, I don't believe this to be true.
It's so.
Yeah, I know. This was a false. This is a game of true or false.
Okay, but actually, I was checking other reviews from this hotel page and didn't seem so nice.
What is the hotel? Do you have the name? Do you want to tell the name? Or are they gonna sue us if we publicly speak to 2 of our listeners?
I can say it was in UK.
UK, all right.
Yeah.
Well, I will start by saying that even the best hotels get bad reviews.
Alrighty.
So everybody get them. I don't know if I've saw any hotels that wouldn't have a terrible review.
No.
Like if they have in total like 1,000 reviews, for example,
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like this. But we have been talking about nice hotels. For example, the Burj Al Arab in the 7-star hotel, the only 7-star hotel in the world. Someone has left an awful review, which is actually topic, like the subject or topic was awful experience.
Okay.
It goes like this: most overrated hotel, completely lowest quality of service and facilities compared to other hotels in Dubai. For the amount they charge, it is totally not worth the stay. The staff also are poorly trained in attending to customers. Service, huh? The furniture in the rooms is old and uncomfortable. The telephone in the room is also old. Okay, so this is kind of like, okay, not worth the money or something, because he says we paid $3,000 a night and got nothing for it except for standard room and poor service. So this was
3,000,
left by Shashivan.
Shashivan.
As I said, some anonymous
Yeah.
person in
Yeah.
TripAdvisor. But I mean, at first I was like, yeah, this is very normal, like review. He has rated sleeping to be 3 stars out of 5, so he
Okay.
hasn't been completely unsatisfied. But I believe this is just a reason of overpaying, like overcharging. So $3,000 a night is a huge money for a hotel room.
Indeed.
And if you just get something standard,
Yeah.
that's
not worth it.
exactly like that's just sad. I can't even actually imagine paying that much for a night
Yeah, no thanks.
in the room. And if I wouldn't feel like that I would get something worth that money, obviously, worth the value or value of the hotel is not matching up, then too bad. But other reviews for the same hotel, sorry, Burj Al Arab, if you're listening, someone over there.
Sorry. You seem very
looks
nice.
like, yeah, it just seemed very nice, but it looks like lately the reviews have been worse than they used to, and people have been saying that they have stayed there multiple times, but now something has changed.
Was it about the staff or just like it's maybe outdated?
No, I don't believe it's outdated. It was about the service and the amenities that you get, that they changed those.
Ah.
So don't know. But there's others. For example, this one is from my favorite hotel that I told, was it last or when it was, but the Rush Creek Lodge at Yosemite. I mean, even there I checked that, hey, someone has said the bad stuff, but they said that terrible booking, they make you pay half of the room rate before you stay there, way in advance. Then if you try to cancel it, they charge you 25 euros or dollars the same day you book the room. I'm not very excited about staying there, actually. I'm really upset at this property and I'm not ever coming back or will recommend it to anyone. I wish I could cancel this terrible run lodge. So this person didn't even stay there. Is mad.
I'm so confused.
Yeah, this person is mad that the hotel takes half the price as a like booking charge, basically. And then if you try to cancel, they will release your money but keep like 25.
Okay.
So this person is,
well, it's not
like,
bad.
It's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's very reasonable. And this person is like out of their mind. Jack J, apparently, but this is very good. The answer that I like.
Oh, okay.
Even though if it wouldn't be true, this is something I would leave as a
Okay.
It says hi Jack J and then some
dot.
Yeah, something. Thank you for taking the time to let us know about your concerns. We are sorry about the issue you had with your reservation. We are glad our team was able to reach out to you and resolve this matter to your satisfaction. We hope that if you do decide to visit Yosemite area, your trip is fun and rewarding. So that's a very good answer, even though if it wouldn't be true, like, okay, thank God we were able to reach you and solve this for you. Because I don't know, when you leave a review and someone answers to it, you cannot anymore answer to it, right?
Yes.
So that's a very, very good trick, and in the future, I will be commenting that to every bad review.
Everyone.
And it's just like, then if you leave this public list for someone to read, then you just answer public and they're like, oh, they fixed it.
Yeah.
So that's a good, that is a good point.
Yeah, it's a shame. Like, okay, if I would write a bad review and then the hotel answers like very sarcastically, like, no, this is not true, blah blah
Yeah.
blah, then it's annoying that you can't answer them anymore.
Yeah, of course,
publicly.
but
then it's good for the
satisfying.
hotel.
Yeah. Okay. Would you imagine that even your presented Giraffe Manor, the place with the giraffes, had gotten a terrible review? And it goes like this. I was reading this, and I was noticing myself reading in British accent.
Ooh.
Because I imagine that this is some kind of a British lady. Very fancy lady. I don't know if my accent is terrible. So who has written this? But this sounds like this. Okay. The topic is terrible treatment and harassment by security.
Harassment. Oh.
Harassment, yeah.
Wow.
So my wife and I just left the premises after a terrible treatment by the security personnel. We got harassed upon attempting to inquire about the tea time. They even wouldn't let us call the reception desk at the gate on their side of the fence, getting us off the premises to make the call. They even said that they did not care if we ever come back since they have plenty of guests.
Ooh.
Upon calling, the front desk mentioned a need for 1 week reservation for tea. Quite ridiculous, I say. On leaving, the security team kept harassing us, not wanting us to wait for the cab next to the manor, even though it was on a public road. Extremely upsetting, and I do intend to ever come back. What? So probably never coming back. But if this is the way you treat potential customers and guests, there is no way I could ever recommend this horrible place to anyone ever.
Wow.
Like that kind of ending.
Was it just because of the tea thing you thought they were British?
His name is George.
George and drinking tea.
Yeah,
He's
George
British.
and we just wanted to have some tea with the cute giraffes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know what's going on over there, but yeah, they got a bad review from there.
Yeah, well, indeed.
I still have two. Should I read them out now?
Please do.
Okay. I don't remember which hotels these are, but last episode I was talking about some naughty hotels that have some naughty play over there, and I wanted to check if someone has really like gone like almost like your family went like on a family trip that someone else booked the room that some travel agency just books a room from this kind of naughty hotel where public sex is okay, and then they would leave obviously a review, and I was wanting
My parents would faint.
wanting to read that review, but one of the hotels is saying that well, it is, don't waste your money. The rooms were dirty, lots of dried hair in the tub drain. The pool area was even dirtier. All the chairs and lounge chairs didn't look like they have been wiped down in months. Playrooms were nasty. Well, dude, playrooms are nasty. From doorknobs, stair rails to the back of chairs, if you touched it, it was sticky.
Ooh.
Wonder what that is. Was there a lot of semen? I mean,
Ew.
we had to stay because management would not give us a refund, would never return, and would never recommend to anyone to visit.
Yeah, you can find a lot of these, like, very, very nasty hotel reviews. Like, it's very, very dirty.
Yeah, but especially this kind of place, which is naughty already, it should be like
Naughty
cleaned well. We were thinking, well, how do you do that? So another person, Janice, 81 Hill, who has left one review in total. Apparently this one has said.
Then it was very bad.
Has said one of these naughty hotels that horrible customer service. One security guard was selling drugs to the guests. Too expensive for day pass. Never recommend. Nobody visit this horrible F place. During the day, they don't turn on the TV. What?
What?
Yeah, I don't know.
So
I
he
really
wanted
don't
to
know.
watch TV. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Interesting reviews. But hey, that might have been the one review that drops you 1 star.
Indeed. I have a few reviews. I'm back to this check-in situation. Let's see where I have it. Yeah. Okay. This is for all the front desk people. Sometimes it's better to lie.
Sometimes it's better to lie.
Yeah. because the topic is didn't feel safe. Diane is saying, upon checking in, we had 2 rooms. We couldn't get one room key to work. I thought we had gotten the 2 keys mixed up, so I tried the other one. It opened up both rooms. It also opened up an additional room.
Oh.
Checked with the front desk and they said, you have the master key.
Ooh, don't say that.
I didn't want a master key, and furthermore, how many others had a master key?
Yeah.
And that's why she didn't feel safe.
Well, that's understandable.
Yeah, and the ending is, the hotel staff was nice, however. Well, very nice because they
Yeah.
tell you everything.
Yeah, very honest.
Yeah.
Hey, you have the master key. Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
You could have gone to any room.
Yeah, so then you should have just said, oh, sorry, some problems with the key.
Oh, yeah, the previous guest actually had booked the 3 rooms. Oh. That's
Yeah.
why it's good for those 3 rooms.
Yeah, exactly.
Just lie about that, all right?
Indeed. And I think, okay, next one. This was pretty crazy.
Okay, I'm settled. Hit it.
Yes. Not that crazy, but yeah.
Okay.
You would be like, what the fuck? Oh,
Okay.
sorry.
Ding.
Anyway, this was a couple who traveled in India. So bear in mind, might be some cultural differences, but according to them, this didn't happen in any other hotel in India.
Okay.
My partner and I arrived from the airport at 10:45 p.m. to be told that unless we provided a marriage license, we had to book 2 rooms. So you had to have a document to show that, yes, we are really married.
In a hotel.
In
Come
a
on.
hotel. My partner was not even allowed to help me take bags to my room and was then forced to find another accommodation. So because, okay, there is no law in India to make you show marriage license. Who travels with these documents anyway? Nobody. So they obviously made the decision that the wife is staying at the hotel. And then the husband tried to like help her with the bags.
Yeah.
And he was not even allowed to do that. So then the staff was like,
Very weird.
get out.
Very weird.
Very weird indeed. Very interesting.
Sketchy hotels.
Indeed.
Coming up.
That's right. Then about some dirty hotels.
Okay.
This was pretty
Dirty.
weird. Okay, blah, 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 blah. And then the bathroom has a shower and wet room, meaning drain in floor, no curtain. I don't know what. Okay. Anyway, it was wet all over the place. So the bathroom ends up as the same as the swimming pool. And if you use the towels to mop the floor, you get fined.
Okay.
Because it's like when you're in the shower, then there was some problem with the whole drain and stuff. So it was just like full of water, the whole place. And then they were like, using the towels. And then they get fined for using the towels to clean it up.
Okay. Well, that's weird. And, well, that's
but I
weird.
think, actually, I'm not sure, but like when you're at a hotel, it's meant to be that you don't use the towels, like for example, as a picnic mat, picnic
Yeah,
thing.
of course.
Yeah, and stuff. And then also if you're like coloring your hair and then the color gets stuck in the towel, I think then you can maybe get fined.
I have not heard in my experience in the hotels I've been working that we would charge the guest of staining the towel, because so many towels get stained every day. Like the worst is the makeup that or some self tanning cream or something that women take off on white new fresh hotel towel, and then it's not the same anymore. So we never charged for that. It's volume stuff, you know. You have thousands and thousands of towels somewhere to get, and then when it gets stained, it's good for animal hospital, or unless we talked in sustainability episode.
Indeed. Wow, we can just like
connect the dots.
Indeed. Okay, this is my last one. I think if you have search for bad TripAdvisor reviews, this came up all the time. Okay, Skonvi says, "Do not stay in this absolute dump of a hotel," and I use the term hotel very loosely.
Uh-huh.
I cannot convey strongly enough how disgusting this place is. Blood-stained headboards that have clearly been up since the World War. The first one. Rude stuff, windows that won't close, no hot water, broken furniture, dirty utensils, broken light fixings, and actual poo in the kettle.
Okay.
Pretty sure I'm going to end up with some sort of rash disease due to this sanitation condition similar to those of a homeless crackhead. In summary, this place is a complete hole.
Well, that was nicely put.
Indeed.
Very well summarized.
Yes. So that sounded like a place where I won't go.
Nobody else probably either, but you know, since we are not naming that hotel, we don't know.
Yes, true.
It was a complete hole. Okay, so let's top it off. It turned out this was not a short episode after all.
Oh my. Once again,
how do we do this? How are we so bad in talking short?
Yeah, and
well
still
summarized. I just said it 1 minute ago.
And and still I feel like we haven't talked about anything.
Yeah, sorry about all of you listeners made it over here, but it's about to end soon. I'm just gonna say that I think that marketing plays a huge role on how the reviews turn out to be. So you can basically, with your marketing done right, you can hopefully already forecast what kind of reviews are you gonna get.
Yeah.
And do people even think of that? Like marketing people who think maybe like how much, of course they think about how much this will convert and what is the cost of using this picture or video instead of this picture.
Yeah.
Or text or so.
Absolutely.
And
is hotel marketing gonna be the next episode?
I think hotel marketing is going to be a big episode. And I was even thinking that.
Oh my god, we're gonna talk like 3 hours.
3 hours, but maybe that will
Two
be
episodes.
end of this season.
Oh, yes, like ending it on top.
So be aware that this might be the second last podcast. Please leave us some kind of reviews. Since we have been talking about reviews on TripAdvisor, no, just on Apple Podcasts at least you can leave a review for us if you enjoy our podcast. We feel that we don't get too much recognition for the podcast, so if there are people who really enjoy our podcast, please send us a message or something and encourage us for the second season.
Indeed.
Well, anyways, hotel marketing coming up. That will be covering a lot of field. We didn't hit the jingles too much for today, so let's just hit the ending jingle. Goodbye.
Goodbye.